Duggar news. Too many Duggars. Jinger says she mostly knows the names of 39 grandkids, but not all. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. For Duggar family latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Just like Duggar news followers, it seems that Jinger Duggar is also facing issues remembering the names of all Duggar grandkids. She claims to have most of them down, but you know it's never really easy to memorize 39 names at a time. Yes, you read that right, 39 names. Jinger recently opened up about how she can get tripped up by the ever-growing family tree and how hard it was to get all the names right. Is this true? What is this all about? Is Jinger really not able to recognize people from her family? Keep on reading to learn more about this. Duggar news. Jinger confirms she'll invite her family to the podcast. Jinger Duggar keeps spilling tea on her Jinger and Jeremy podcast while inviting several known faces. Hence, Duggar news followers were curious to know when she would invite her family to the show and discuss the dynamics. One of her fans recently asked about when Jinger's siblings would appear on the podcast. Apparently, Jinger was quick to tease her audience and ask them to stay tuned. She didn't refuse, which made it clear that something big was coming soon. Amid all this, Jinger and Jeremy recently dropped a new episode that featured Joanna. Hence, it appears that Duggar kids are now appearing on the couple's podcast, and there is a lot more to come. Duggar news. Jinger says she can't remember all the names of 39 Duggar grandkids. Jinger Duggar recently dropped a shocking bombshell on her Duggar news followers by revealing that she struggles to remember all 39 names of her Duggar grandkids. She noted that she knew most of them, but she would need some time with the new ones. This is because there are more added all the time in the family, and perhaps it isn't difficult for her to cope. Jinger further reflected on how she feels pressure on herself because she isn't able to connect with everyone. She clarified that no one was pressurizing her, but she always felt bad when she returned. The celeb further added, "Then it's like, oh, I guess it makes sense." Jinger admitted that she FaceTimed her sisters a lot, mostly older ones. Jinger noted, "I will stay in contact with them more, and James calls a lot." She explained that her meetups with her relatives were very intentional because she believes that everyone is doing stuff. Hence, she takes the approach of setting up a date on the calendar as everyone is really busy. Jinger appears to be practical because she has realized that there is a lot going on in everyone's lives. She noted that not everyone is from the same church and community. So, catching up when everyone is up for a meal or a wedding is always great. On the other hand, Joanna also admitted that she was also facing the same thing, and it wasn't easy for her as well to deal with so many people. Keep coming back to the TV season and spoilers for more updates. Jinger Duggar admits there were a few surprises on her first trip with her new in-laws. The eldest Duggar daughter documents a family camping trip with her husband, Stephen Wisman, in a new YouTube video. Jinger Duggar is soaking up some family time with her new in-laws on Wednesday, March 19. Duggar, 35, posted a YouTube vlog of a camping trip she took last fall with her husband, Stephen Wisman, and his family. The former 19 kids and counting star and Wisman, 31, tied the knot last August 15 in a classic elegant ceremony. The Counting on alum gave her followers a tour of the trailer her husband purchased for the getaway. "It's actually kind of cute," a surprised Duggar said after doing a walkthrough of the trailer's bedroom, kitchen, and restroom. Duggar then explained they were traveling to Old Threshers, an annual event held over Labor Day in Miti Pleasant, Iowa, that draws thousands of tourists. The Wisman family performed music at the event, the couple's first outing as husband and wife. Duggar gave a behind-the-scenes look at the event's setup before walking around the town. She proudly filmed her husband and his brothers engaging in some lighthearted banter in between their musical performances, while also showing children playing and enjoying the music. All the stunning photos from Jana Duggar's elegant, classic wedding to Stephen Wisman exclusive. Between the musical performances, Duggar highlighted shopping with local vendors, where they taste-tested sodas, pickles, and snow cones. A fun element of the fair included old tractors shooting up sparks that she described as old-fashioned form of fireworks. At the end of the family's very eventful day, Duggar and Wisman sat around a quiet, unlit campfire, with many empty camping chairs waiting for the rest of the family to arrive. "Sweet family time around the campfire," Duggar said in the video while panning over to her husband. Wisman said the family needed firewood for the campfire, so they did their part and got the firewood. "We provided it," Duggar said, panning to the firewood sitting in bags before continuing. "And everyone showed up." Wisman had grabbed a bag of pretzel crisps to munch on while they continued waiting for the rest of the family. "They're all going to come," Duggar said, appearing unconvinced. "Great old family time." Moments later, the rest of the family arrived and proceeded to light the campfire. Duggar panned around the circle, showing the progress of the camping chairs filling in, giving a soft yay to the sight. The following day, Wisman gave a sweet introduction of his wife, Duggar, to a good-sized crowd. "This is her first year here," Wisman said in the microphone to the crowd, while smiling proudly at his new wife. "We got married 2.5 weeks ago." The couple received a hilarious gift from Duggar's brother Jeremiah and his wife Hannah Duggar. Duggar sat on Wisman's lap as they opened it together to find metal whisks for an electric mixer. Duggar was handed a power drill to plug the whisks into. Jana Duggar gives rare update in first YouTube video post in over 3 years. "New life blossoming everywhere, perfect. That is cool," Duggar said, smiling and laughing as Wisman helped her assemble the tool. "So you can use the tools they're used to," Wisman said before Duggar completed his sentence, "and I will feel at home." Last August, Duggar told POPL during an exclusive interview in August that she had her dream come true wedding while marrying Wisman. The eldest Duggar daughter got engaged June 15 and exchanged vows during a traditional ceremony in front of 500 guests in Prairie Grove, Ark. "I think it is one of those things that all girls envision someday," Jana told people of her wedding 2 days before the celebration. "For me, it felt like, okay, it's never coming. But now it's starting to sink in. Reality is starting to set in. And I'm like, wow, this truly is something that I've dreamed of. And just to see it coming about is incredible and kind of hard to believe. It's a dream come true." Jana Duggar shares glimpse at sweet family time during first trip with her in-laws. Counting On's Jana Duggar shared a sweet glimpse of her trip to Iowa with her husband Stephen Wisman, who she married in August 2024, and his family last fall. Jana Duggar is still dreaming of Iowa. After the 19 kids and counting star visited the Hawkeye State with her husband, Stephen Wisman, and his family for their honeymoon last fall, she shared a behind-the-scenes look at the camping trip. "It's actually kind of cute." Jana began the March 19 vlog on YouTube, describing the brown accented trailer her husband bought for their vacation. "Everything seems to be working." After the 35-year-old gave a tour of their travel home, she revealed they were heading to Old Threshers, an annual fall festival in Métis Pleasant, Iowa, to see Stephen and his brothers perform a few songs. But that wasn't the only thrilling detail of the trip, as Jana revealed some of her family surprised her by tagging along. Following Stephen's rustic performance, the duo, who got married last August, enjoyed the festival's scenery, including taste-testing pickles and watching a few old tractors light up in an old-fashioned form of fireworks show before retiring back to their trailer for a cozy campfire. The following day, the entire Wisman family, including Jana, hit the stage for an acoustic show before Stephen performed another solo set. "My wife can tell you that my favorite part of Old Threshers is the food," Stephen, 31, noted while holding Jana's hand, adding they decided to travel to the festival 2 weeks after tying the knot in Arkansas. This is her first year at the festival. She's still learning. While this was their first trip as a married couple, It isn't the first time the Counting On star has shared a sweet milestone in their relationship. Nearly 2 months after their wedding, Jana revealed she and Steven moved to Nebraska, which she described as a major change from her rural upbringing in Arkansas. "I know my life is about to change in many ways, moving more to the city life," the eldest girl of the Duggar family's 19 kids said in her YouTube video at the time. "I am so excited for what lays ahead, but I am also sure that I'll have moments when I miss the farm." Keep reading to see the entire Duggar family tree. Michelle and Jim Bob Duggar. The parents of 19 and grandparents of over 3 dozen little ones started out as high school sweethearts. Michelle has recalled being saved at 15. Then, one night, Jim Bob was making home outreach visits on behalf of his Baptist church, and he ended up knocking on the Rourke family's door after his friend told him that this girl from school that just got saved and is a cheerleader lived there. They invited Michelle to Sunday school at their church, and Jim Bob said he prayed to God that they could be each other's spiritual leaders, though apparently their first meeting wasn't as memorable for Michelle. A year later, she applied for a job at the frozen yogurt shop owned by Jim Bob's parents. "You came to the counter where I was standing by the cash register and introduced yourself," Michelle remembered in a letter posted on the family blog in 2017 for Jim Bob's birthday and their 33rd wedding anniversary. "You were shy but very sweet. I really don't remember much about that conversation, except that you finally mustered up the courage to ask me if I would go to your junior-senior banquet with you." She attended the dinner with him at Shiloh Christian, but it was when they hung out afterward discussing the Bible for hours at her parents' house that she knew. "From there, we believe our hearts were knit together," Michelle has said. "We graduated high school in May of 1984 and were married in July. I was 17 and Jim Bob was 19. 40 years later, the couple dedicated themselves to God and each other for the long run." Jim Bob is a former state legislator, having served in the Arkansas House of Representatives for the 6th District from 1999 until 2002, during which he was vice chair of the House of Corrections and Criminal Law Subcommittee. A run for U.S. Senate in 2002 ended in the primary, as did a bid in 2006 to become the Republican nominee for Arkansas State Senate District 35. He and Michelle, who are both licensed realtors, have been active in conservative causes, an aspect of their lifestyle that won them and both proud supporters and fierce critics. As of October 2024, they were grandparents of 33 with 3 on the way.